Kana Hobnapi relatives and Biwa Tahushka Opimiha. All right, relatives. So we back at it again. We're back at the Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina family history. All right, and today, like I promised, we will get back into this, starting off with the Ampey family. So let's get into it. It says the Ampey family may have been related to the Ampey family of Maryland, who descended from a white woman in Anne Arundel County. It says members of the Ampey family in Virginia were William, born say 1755, William, born say 1757, Hannah, born about 1781, a 22-year-old washerwoman living with 4-year-old Becky Ampey, and a list of free people of color in Petersburg in 1803. And then it shows where you can find this information. And it says she registered in Petersburg on July 15, 1805. Dark brown mulatto woman, 5 feet 2.5 inches high, 24 years old, born free in Charles City County. Rebecca Ampey was listed with children Rebecca, Robert, William, Francis, and James in Petersburg in 1821. All right, and then it shows where you can find that information as well. Next, we got Nancy, born about 1784, registered in Petersburg on July 9th, 1805. A light mulatto woman, 5 feet 5 inches high, 21 years old, little freckles under her eyes, born free and raised in Dinwiddie County. Says she was head of a Richmond city household of one other free in 1810. And it says perhaps Nancy Ampey, who was head of a Preble County, Ohio household of 2 free colored in 1840. All right, let's keep it moving. Next, we got Betty, born 1776. Persons of color, head of a Cumberland County, Virginia household of 4 other free in 1810 and 5 free colored in 1830. Perhaps the Elizabeth Ampey, who was head of a Richmond City household of 2 free colored females in 1820. Her daughter, Maria, registered in Cumberland County on February 25th, 1851, dark complexion, 5 feet 3 1/4 inches high, about 50 years of age, daughter of Betty Ampey, born free in Cumberland County. All right, and then it also shows where you can see that digital collection. All right, let's move on. William Ampey, born, say, 1755, was taxable in Dinwiddie County from 1788 to 1804. Taxable on 3 horses in 1788. Will Ampey, a free taxable head of household with Will Ampey Jr., and 2 horses in 1797 in the list of free Negroes. At the end of the list of Joseph Beausset from 1800 to 1804, living near John Butler and cropping for support. His widow may have been Sally Ampey, who was taxable on a slave and a horse in 1807. In the list of free Negroes at the end of the tax list with daughter Rebecca, living near R.H. Butler in 1813, and listed with son Thomas in 1817. All right, and it says William Ampey may have been the father of James, born before 1776, William Jr., born about 1781, his tax charge to free Will Ampey in 1797, living on William Vaughn's land in Dinwiddie County in 1811, a mulatto taxable in Edmund Williams' household in 1813, in the list of free Negroes for 1818. Then we got Lottie, born about 1792, head of a Dinwiddie County household of 5 free colored in 1830, a 58-year-old mulatto woman counted in the 1850 Dinwiddie County census with 19-year-old Letta Ampey. All right, next we got Martha, born about 1793, in the list of free Negroes for Dinwiddie County in 1809, living near Joseph Butler's cropping in 1811. Then we have Rebecca, born about 1796, in the list of free Negroes over the age of 16 in Dinwiddie County, with her mother Sally in 1813. In the 1850 census for Dinwiddie County, she was a 54-year-old mulatto woman living in a household of Benjamin Dabney, a white man, with mulatto children, Robert, age 22, John, 16, Mary, 14, George, 9, Rebecca, 9, and Henry Dabney, 8. And it says Cubit Ampey, a 14-year-old black boy, was also in their household. Becca Ampey owned $540 in real estate in the 1860 census when her children were called Ampey instead of Dabney. All right, let's keep it moving. Thomas, born about 1798, in the list of free Negroes at the end of the tax list in Dinwiddie County from 1811 to 1818, living on John Butler's land in 1811, a Negro on James Butler's land in 1817, also listed with Mother Sally in 1817. He was a 52-year-old mulatto living with 58-year-old black woman Rhoda King in the 1850 census for Dinwiddie County. Jesse, born before 1796, living near Joseph Butler in 1811. Edmund, born before 1796, living near Edward Williams in 1811. A Sawyer, living near R.H. Butler in 1813. Jerry, born before 1796, a Sawyer living near Edward Williams in Dinwiddie County in 1811. Polly, born before 1796, taxable on a horse in Dinwiddie County in 1811. Fanny, born about 1797, in the list of free Negroes for 1813, living at Jones Brothers. Benny, born about 1798, in the list of free Negroes in 1814, taxable on a horse. All right, let's keep it moving. Next, we got William Ampey, born, say, 1757, was in a list of men in the service of the Amherst County Militia with John Red Cross in 1781. And it shows where you can find that information here. It says Colonel Hugh Rose received his final pay of 16 pounds on January 24th, 1786. He was the head of an Amherst County household of 5 persons in 1783. In October 1782, John Red Cross sued him in Amherst County for slander, and William countersued Red Cross for trespass. Both cases were dismissed because they failed to appear. He and John Red Cross were sued for a debt of 40 pounds on May 3rd, 1786. He was taxable in Amherst County from 1782 to 1786, and taxable in Rockbridge County from 1788 to 1795. Called William Ampey in 1788, William Ampey Negro in 1790, William Ampey in 1791 and 1792, William Ampey Negro in 1793, and taxable in 1800, 1803, 1805, 1806, and from 1809 to 1818. All right, and this shows where you can see this information. And then it says he was the father of William Ampey, born about 1786, registered in Rockbridge County on September 4th, 1809, a bright mulatto man, about 23 years of age, 6 feet 1 inch high, reputed son of William Ampey of said county. He was taxable in Shenandoah County from 1809 to 1813, and head of a Shenandoah County household of two other free in 1810. Then we have Nancy Empty, living at the Forks in Rockbridge County when she was in the list of persons of color in 1813. John Ampey, a free Negro taxable in Rockbridge County in 1819. And as you can see here, relatives, they'll mess up on spellings of the names. So if this is your family, you can see all the different spellings here. All right, let's continue. James Ampey, born before 1776, was taxable in Dinwiddie County from 1790 to 1819, a taxable in John Butler's household in 1790, in the list of free Negroes at the end of the tax list from 1802 to 1819. A Sawyer living near John Butler's in 1802, followed cropping in 1803 on John Butler's land in 1806 and 1807. Listed with Matt Toney in 1809, living near Joseph Butler in 1811, a planter listed with wife Creasy near Nat Dabney in the list of free Negroes in 1813, and head of a Dinwiddie household of 4 free colored in 1820. His widow Creasy Ampey was a 72-year-old Black woman born in Virginia, counted in the 1850 census for Clinton County, Ohio, in the household of 60-year-old Black man James Stewart, with members of the Butcher family who were also from Dinwiddie County. James and Creasy may have been the parents of. We got John, born about 1797, in the list of free Negroes in Dinwiddie County from 1813 to 1819, a Sawyer living near R.H. Butler in 1813. James, head of a New Garden Township, Wayne County, Indiana household of 7 free colored in 1840, perhaps the husband of Dicey Ampey, a 42-year-old mulatto woman born in North Carolina, counted with 8 children in the 1850 census for Dalton Township, Wayne County, Indiana. Then we have Levy, born about 1810, a 40-year-old Black farmer from Virginia, counted with $300 real estate in the 1850 census for Jefferson Township, Preble County, Ohio. And then David, born about 1810, a 40-year-old Black laborer from Virginia, counted in the 1850 census for Gasper Township, Preble County, Ohio. All right, relatives, so that was the Ampey family. Again, if that shows up in your genealogy, like I said, they spelled it a whole bunch of different ways. So check all those different spellings, and we'll keep it moving. All right, so the last family that we're going to do today, and it's a pretty short one, it's going to be the Ancell Hansel family. So let's get into it. Mary Ancell, born, say, 1695, was a servant of William Livingston on February 20th, 1720, when the York County Court ordered that she serve him additional time for having a bastard child and running away for 7 weeks. She was probably the mother of a mulatto boy named James Hansel, who was listed in the York County inventory of the estate of James Goodwin, which was recorded in court on February 15, 1719. She was probably the ancestor of James, born, say, 1713, a mulatto boy on February 15, 1719 and 20. Henry, head of a Northampton County, North Carolina household of 4 other free in 1810, called Henry Ancell, and 14 free colored in Halifax County, North Carolina in 1820, called Henry Hansel. All right, relatives, so that was the Ancell family, or Hansel, so you can see the different spellings. Again, if this is your people, definitely do the research on it. You can see where, what county they started out in. So definitely, I hope that gives you some help in your genealogy searches. When we continue next time on this series, we'll start off with the Anderson family, and that looks like a picture of Dora Anderson Miller. All right, relatives. So let me stop screen sharing. So again, I appreciate everyone taking the time to watch the videos. Hopefully, you're seeing in these series, some family members are popping up here. But if anybody ever has any questions in the comments about a particular family surname, people have been asking me about them, and I've been trying to, put the links in there so I can help them out. Again, I will put the link to the whole series that I'm doing, so that way you can go in there and do the research on your own if you want. But I'm going to continue to do these videos every day for the people who need help. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this. So again, much appreciation to everyone out there who's taking the time to watch. And one love to you all. I really appreciate it. And like I always say, I'll see you next time. Later.